Yo,
What's up,
what,
brother?
what up, man?
I'm good, chilling.
Episode 76, Billy Danze, M.O.P, Brownsville, Brooklyn. Thank you very much for joining us again. It's been a minute, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, too. It's always a pleasure, man. I always like talking to you, so I'm excited. It's been a couple of years. I mean,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's been a minute, but we back. That's
Yeah,
good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm happy, man. I seen the flyers moving around. Talked to MJ. I was like, yeah, this definitely got to happen. I need to talk to you, bro. You might be, excuse me. You might be one of the only dudes out there that's like really keep it 100. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about like you post everything. Like you say exactly what you feel. Um, Disregard anybody's feelings. Don't seem like you be too out of pocket anyway. You know what I'm saying? But you say exactly what you feel, and I feel the passion in you. Just from your post or just talking to you, bro. I appreciate that because us artists, like we don't get that from people. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
always the false shit. Like I love every record you ever made, every line you ever wrote, every show you ever did. Get the fuck out of here. You can't like everything.
Stop.
You know what I'm
Stop.
saying? Like stop it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for that, brother, for
Thank
your
you very
honesty, man.
much, man. And I appreciate the kind words. And, it's that's just me, man. I mean, the camera just happens to be on. Anybody that meets me knows, I mean, I'm the same nigga, you know what I mean? In
Right.
real life, it's just, and I'm passionate about this shit. And the thing is, I just say what I say and keep it moving, man. I don't really get too caught up in it after. I just say it because I got to get it out, and and then we're on to the next. Everybody else might get caught up in what I said, but I'm like on to the next shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Right.
so
It's honesty, bro. We
no,
appreciate it, man.
no, I appreciate you for appreciating that because not everybody appreciates it. So
Right.
like I remember when I'm not the biggest politic dude, but I remember when Obama got elected the first time, he was like 50% of people didn't vote for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
always, it's all
Right.
good though. We keep it moving, and I'm not for everybody, but neither are you, and neither is everybody else.
That's
So
right.
fuck it. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Um, Couple things before we get started. If you guys got questions for Billy, please use the questions feature below. That way I can just pull them up rather than putting them in the chat. Also, just like on the page, if you get on any fuck shit in here, I will send your ass home. Like, cause this is a cannot navigate stupid ass comments in here.
Right.
Um, so here's the crazy thing, man. So we talked a couple years ago. We actually had two builds, and I follow you and everything like that. I had no idea until I was prepping for this interview that you put out a project in 2020 and you put out one last year, put out one this year, and you just got it's crazy to me. Like the algorithms and all this shit, man. It's
Yeah.
like I fucks with you, and I had no clue, man. So
Yeah.
tell us what's going on right now, man.
Well, right now what I did was okay, so the listening session came out last year on the 15th of November, which is my actual birthday. So this year, to celebrate that, I re-released it, but I remixed every record and added 4 new records and called it the re-listening session. So for those that may have missed it, and it got a whole nother feel. It feels like a whole nother project. And these producers from around the world, we call them the construction team because they reconstructed this whole joint and made it a masterpiece on top of already being a masterpiece. So still the same features: Method Man, Daz Dillinger, Havoc, Cormega, Fame, Teflon, My Son La Boogie. Yeah, man. So we got some joints rolling, man. I'm actually sitting in my hotel room right now. Just finished shooting a video today.
Oh,
Shot
what?
one yesterday. Shooting one tomorrow
Word.
for those, and then I'm back in the studio in 2 days from now.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise for me because I didn't know it, and then you said they seem like two different projects. I mean, like
Hmm.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it seemed like the timeless joint that I was playing is totally different from the first one. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So yeah, it's some joints on here, man. I liked it. I definitely liked it. I mean,
Thank you,
it's
brother.
better late than never, but it was some joints on there. So yeah, I got a question real quick. I mean, what's up with your you got like 12 IG pages, man. Which one is the real joint? This one?
This one right here.
Because you got one that's like actually verified though. That's like
you know what happened, right? I had somebody pull that together for me, and I just lost contact with the person and lost the password. So I
Oh.
couldn't get back in. So I re-up. I read up, right? I think I read up one more time, lost that password, and now I'm right here.
All right.
Yo,
All right.
bro,
So I never
I'm,
know. Sometimes I tag. I'm like, let me tag this nigga in like 3 joints. Fuck it. I don't care. Like, he gonna see this shit.
yeah, this the official joint right here, and I'm getting all of these DMs about verify your page. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just gonna leave my shit the way it is, man. My people know where I'm at. If it happened to get verified, then it will. But this is me 100%. Nobody's running it. It's just me.
Word. Word. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I got a question. I've been holding on to it for 2 years, but I forgot to ask you each time we talked last time. It was something I thought of, and I don't recall in the history of this rap shit, as far as I go back or whatever, anybody having no beef with M.O.P. I don't recall anybody ever stepping to M.O.P. on wax. I don't recall anybody ever saying shit about M.O.P. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't ever remember no on wax or just nobody ever coming at M.O.P. about shit.
No, I don't think so. And then like the guys from my era, I think we kind of had an understanding. Like we weren't each other's biggest fans. There's records out there from some guys that I'm really close friends with. I don't like all their records, you know what I'm saying? But that's something that I keep to myself, and I don't need to be, trying to belittle someone else in order to come up. And I think guys from my era think like that. I think the new dudes, it's crazy, bro. Because I was literally getting in my car the other day, and it just hit me. I just started thinking about it, how these guys will literally just go out their way to disrespect someone they don't even know. I mean, hip hop. People go, "Yo, hip hop is like competitive." Yeah, it's competitive. It's like you do a good record that motivates me to do a better record. In my head, I'm gonna do the best I can. Thank you for that motivation. So we had friendly competition back then. Not like it wasn't no beefs or nothing going on, but nobody was dying over unnecessary shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids are dying every day now. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. When back in the days when I was on the block, it came with the territory. And in our communities, it seemed like it come with the territory. But in music, like when you're supposed to be trying to better yourself to get in a better position, um, and better your community, how are you going across? How are you going out your way to disrespect somebody so they can feel justified by coming across town shooting you in your face? You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's all crazy. So no, there was no beef with M.O.P. Nobody, we never had no problem with nobody. Even the cats that we just weren't so close to or wasn't cool with, we never had no issue with them. You know what I mean? We
So,
believe
so
that everybody just needs to grow and just keep going, man. I'm happy
yeah,
for my people that's coming out of this shit that we came up in.
right. We're gonna talk about that more in depth in a minute. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
said who would want that smoke though. That's true. Don't be listen, niggas ain't want to fuck with you though, man. I mean, you're being humble about it, but but niggas know the stories that was real. I mean, like, I'm famous saying like that anytime there was like anything that wasn't like strapped down was like fair game back in the day as far as like so I mean
That's right.
cats didn't want it, but you're right. Like I mean now it's a little different and talk about that, man, because you said something recently, which is interesting coming from your background. You said, there's too much violence in hip hop. This was a few years ago in an interview. Like,
Yeah.
like, so talk a little bit more about that because, like back in the day, I mean, a lot of the shit I listened to, it's guns are blazing.
Yeah.
But elaborate on that a little bit.
You know what? In hip hop itself, it's not too much violence in hip hop. It's just too much violence around, right? So most of the time, it's never the artist beefing with the other artists. It's the artist's homeboys, cousins, nephew's homeboy that feel like he has something to prove because he want the artist to know that he's down with him. We all lose though, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that
Always the hangers on. Yep.
right, and we figure this out later on in life, like especially coming from our communities, right? Um, because I can't even lie, bro. Like I grew up around so much homicide and crime and violence that it was normal. That shit ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? And we use it later on in life as a pat on the back. Like, you don't know where I'm from. I'm from the hood. You know what I mean? You proud about, what are you proud about of your hood? Like, we can't say, like, the dudes that I can't say this right now. And we're all older and wiser now. I can't say the homies that I grew up with own 3 or 4 houses and got a couple business going on. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that. So when you realize what we're proud of when we rep our hood, is like, we proud of the violence and the tough guys in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sad situation, bro. And like I said, we was embedded in it, so it was cool. But as you get older, you realize death ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not no. It's this ain't PlayStation, nigga. You can't. You know, once the game over, you can't start over again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to cherish that shit, man. And then it's the other side of the dude that's standing behind the gun. Like, they don't realize, as a kid, you don't realize the damage that you're going to cause when you squeeze this trigger and you kill someone. Like, you fucking everybody up. Like, everybody's future is altered now. Your whole family, his whole family. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and it's great. It's funny that you mentioned that. Like, yeah, it was cool. It seemed cool back in the day, but you know, it's not. And you made a good point that it's not normal. You know, like
It's not, bro.
that's not the way you grew up. Isn't the way people should grow up. You know, like, you know what I mean. That's just not. That's not how it should be. And the fact that you came out of that, to me, is a testament to you, man. And you know, because like a lot of people don't make it out. And so what I wanted to ask you along the same lines was there a light bulb back in the day that went off for you between like the street shit and the rap shit where you were like, okay, I want to do this because this shit gonna get me killed? Like, or was it, you know, did you have both feet in, you know, one foot in each world for a minute?
Nah, you know what? When my son was born, it changed my whole thought, my whole view on life, right? So when when I was, like, I've always been a good dude. Like, if I wasn't stuck in the middle or surrounded by so many tough guys and killers, just the shit that I had to go through, the shit that I had to see, I might have cried every day if I wasn't stuck around these dudes. You know what I'm saying? But they gave me that tough skin, and that's just being honest. But when my son was born, we had already had a record out. How About Some Hardcore? Was one of the biggest records in the country. I was still like robbing people. Like, I was still doing my 87 stick up kid shit with one of the biggest records in the country. And then one day I could just kind of laid in the bed and had him laying in the bed next to me and just looking at him and just thinking, because my father was a good dude. He was a street dude, but he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get that from my father. Like, what's more important is my children, right? Because once this kid was born, I realized my life don't even belong to me no more. It belongs to him. You know what I'm saying? So that was really the turning point for me. And yeah, I mean, we traveled the country, and after I had that thought, you know, after the light bulb went off, we traveled the country and got into a bunch of things. It was banned from every major city in the country. But I always wanted to do the flyest shit I've ever done in my life, and that was make it home to my kid. You know what I'm saying? So that was really just the turning point for me. But I mean, I'm still with the shit if I gotta be with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
But I'd rather just walk away from it, bro, because you know, once something happened, that when it gets that deep and something happens, you can't just get out of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you can't take that back, man. And you
right.
talked about how easy dudes be clapping these days, man, at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like nobody wants to get fucked up and get a fight. Like back in the day, you know, you get your ass kicked, whatever, keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Push that nigga ass the next time you see him or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like you lose a basketball game now or something, or you get clowned on Instagram or whatever it is, and
yeah,
they reaching for the hat. Nobody fights no more.
Yo, bro,
So
it's that pride that you don't really even need that. What are you so prideful? Like, you're prideful of the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Your pride is messing with you because somebody says something on Instagram all the way on the other side of the country that you may not even see, that you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you let something so small get to you and cause you the price to pay is heavy, man. And these dudes don't get it. And I get why they don't get it, because they're embedded in it just like the rest of us was. So we gotta hope, we hope and we pray that most of these dudes come out of it. It's like, when people say, yo, the black community can do this and the black community can do that, we can. But the first thing the black community gotta do is realize the problem is right there in the community.
Thank
Right?
you.
When I tell you the problem is right there in the community, it's like, I thought, and it hit me one day when I thought about it, right? I'm thinking about like Alex Haley roots and all the stories we hear about the slaves and to the way back. And I hate to go that far back, but it's the truth. I don't think we heard a lot of stories about slavery, a lot of stories about Massa House and what went on down in the fields and all that. But we didn't hear no stories about the one slave killing the other. At some point, that shit changed. Somewhere in the 60s and 70s, when niggas started selling dope and feeling like I gotta be better than you in order to be the man. And then the shit just kept growing and growing and growing. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like they start knocking, people are knocking each other off. Like this, like, dude, my neighborhood, and I'm gonna say this one time, I'm not gonna say it again. I watched my neighborhood kill my neighborhood. Like people that went to school together. I watched these dudes deliver papers together, play, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball on the same basketball team. They knocked each other off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to try to be better or bigger than the person next to you. So we can have everything we want in our communities, bro. Like right now, you and I both either know personally or know of ridiculous amount of millionaires from our community, right? Still having the problem. I just need to have more money than him, or I just need to have more money than him. If you dumb motherfuckers will put the money together, you understand what we'll have?
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah. It's frustrating, man. It's really frustrating because it's like that competitive one-upmanship
Right.
is there, and it's like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, there's so much strength in numbers. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Working with people with, like, when you work with a team and you guys pull off some dope shit, whatever type of project it is, that shit, and you're making some money, that shit is wonderful, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? To see your squad eat, but like our shit's a little different. Like, we like, fuck that nigga.
Right.
Fuck his shit. You know, I'm hating.
And
a lot of times it was your fucking homeboy that was right with you. And now
ridiculous.
you're doing a little better. You know
it's ridiculous. Well, look at all the tech billionaires and everybody that outside of our culture and our community that got all of this money. At some point or another, they got it through each other, right? Like you look at the dude from Facebook, right? This kid's sitting in his dorm room trying to figure out some shit, which he hijacked from the dude Tom from MySpace, right? he hijacked that and he figured out how to make it bigger. Somebody offered him like 50 million. That's a shitload of money for a 20-year-old kid.
Right.
He didn't take it. Bill Gates come in and give him $2 billion, right? So he was on his knuckles. This kid was on his knuckles. So somebody came in and gave him a shitload of money. No one from our culture is going to do that. They're not going to do it. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? Somebody sees something going on across town, it's like, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them niggas. So if we figure out how to do it together, bro, we'll be better off. You know what I'm saying? Until then, I'm going to stay in my own little corner and shit and take care of my kids and do what I got to do for my family. But I'm with it. If we can pull that together, that's something I'm definitely for. You know what I mean? Like building a community and not just going, well, fuck it, as long as I'm good. That's the mentality.
Feel you, like working together in unison versus like on all these different tracks. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's important, man. So that message is well received. One thing I wanted to say, man, is I hope you guys have done okay with Annie Up, more than okay, because I hear that shit about every other week on something. Like something. I mean,
Right.
whether it's in an NBA arena, a commercial, or something. So, I mean, that song is crazy because what it is, it's become one of the most commercial
Yep.
songs out there. Like, I don't know, 20 years later, like roughly. I mean, we dropped it like 90. When you guys dropped that?
2000.
2000.
2000. Yeah.
So 20, yeah, 20, 22, 20, 21 years later.
Yeah.
So I hope that's because I hear it everywhere. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's doing great, bro, and I'm grateful. Um, to be honest, like it's not my favorite M.O.P. song. I love the record, and it's possibly because I had to perform it so many times. It's like I want to move on. I want to move on. I got some other shit to say, but I'm grateful, bro. This record helped me, put the kids through school and make sure they had something on the table, and you know what I mean, like I can't ask for anything else. So outside of money, like I consider myself to be a very, very rich, wealthy person.
right.
Not the money, but just because I came from where I came from, I traveled the world 5 times. I was voted most likely to fail or be dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to raise my kids in, decent neighborhoods and give them everything that they needed, like I'm ridiculously rich, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's still going.
Internally, where it counts too.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Where it really matters, because that money can come and go any day. We understand that. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying, and that knowledge itself is critical. Yo, what's one of your favorite places to visit and tour and stuff? Like, what has like a lot of energy?
Touring, I mean, around the world. And I literally mean that, around the world. But I like to visit while touring. I like Vienna, Austria, because
Word.
I got some homies there and shit, right? That basically own the whole city. The most amazing restaurants, all the bars, the clubs, everything. So we always have a great time there. And Cologne, Germany, my German brothers and my African brothers that got things kind of sold up out there. Switzerland's great. Switzerland's great, bro. It's like Switzerland might be the cleanest city in the world. I mean, the cleanest country in the world, bro. I've never seen nothing like
Really.
this. It's beautiful there. So it's a lot of places. That one is actually kind of hard to say because I enjoyed myself in a lot of places. A lot of places, man. Paris is nice too. Amsterdam is great. All those places.
What did that teach you, man? I always say traveling is important. I feel like traveling is a very critical way to like grow and learn stuff. I mean, like
Yeah.
you coming out the hood, like what, like your first experiences, like what, what was that like for you? Like what has traveling kind of shown you over the years?
It was weird as hell at first, right? Because I'm like, you can't have conversations with people at first until you figure it out, and then they're all just looking at you like the celebrity, so you don't have the same. Their approach to you is different. You're almost like a god or a prime minister. Um, so the approach is a little different. And then there's also the other part, right? Where the first 10 years of my career, I'm drunk as hell. So I didn't see much of anything, right? It took me 20 years before I saw the Eiffel Tower, and I've been going there 20 years. So I didn't get to see anything because it was all work. Of course, it was some play. We hustled, drinking and partying and all of that. But just to see these different cultures, you know what, bro? It's really the same. The only thing that's different is you don't see so many little rah-rahs in them and little B from over there. You don't see too much of that. But everywhere you go, people are all the same, bro. Like they got their own dialogue, they got their own, coolness and not coolness and all of that. And it's just something that you got to learn. We spend a lot of time here because this is where we're from, so we know everything. We know what to look out for. We know what's there. But in those other places, they have the same thing. So it's tough guys in the UK. Like I got some homies over there that's about it, like with it. And same in Germany. Same in. We had to talk a dude from doing something crazy in Sweden to somebody that was with us. You know what I'm saying? We had to disarm a dude in the UK, literally take it from him, break it down, broke it in pieces and threw it out the bus window as we rode to the next country. Crazy shit was he was in the front of the stage at the very next show in the next country, like the biggest fan on the planet. so you get, everywhere you go, it's that same kind of thing, just not so so much as over here. But man, traveling the world is great. You get to see things that you've never seen and meet people, different kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Everything is different, but it's the same. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, it's the UK gets it in. I mean, there's UK
For
been a
real.
part of this shit for a
For
minute
real.
anyway, but they get it in over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, so who is Billy Danze now, man? I mean, we went from like get the fuck up out that 740 shorty, I ain't playing, to this thing of ours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like you're doing a lot of different things now. But so in 2 days until 2022, who are you, person, artist? I mean, like because I'd like to know.
You know what, bro? I'm an artist because, in other people's opinion, I'm amazing at what I do, right? But I'm really just the same kid from St. Mark's Avenue. Like I said, I've always been a good dude, always had a good heart, always been a thinker. Whether it was thinking about how to do something negative properly or whatever,
I feel you.
I've always been a thinker, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a state where when it comes to the music, it's much easier for me to do. I'm not rushed. I'm not pressed to do anything. I can make any kind of record I want to make. Can't nobody say I can't rap, because if you don't like this song, you can go back to that one, or you can wait for the next ones I put out, because I'm gonna keep going. I'm just so relaxed now, bro. Like when I say I'm relaxed, I'm so relaxed, man. And I'm getting more work done, not just musically. Like even if it's the youth programs that we're running, or if it's filming, helping other artists understand the business, and trying to grow, and teaching people about finances, right? Like it's nothing that I broadcast about or anything like that, or post anything, but I really sit down and I talk to dudes that don't understand the value of money, which, like most of the people in our community, we don't really understand the value. It's nothing, but you're gonna need it for something. And the key is to hold on to more than you spend. You know what I mean? When we
Of
were
course.
kids, bro, we literally seen, this. I mean, you from CT, so I got some family up there. So it was always the same.
Same shit.
Right. Dudes driving up to project buildings with Mercedes Benzes, or on the train with like ridiculous amount of jewelry on.
Right.
Like
It doesn't make sense.
it
Right.
doesn't make no sense.
Yo, I was in Dollar Tree. I'll never forget this. I was in Dollar Tree, one of them fucking shits, like a few months ago. And the dude was, I mean, I go there, you know what I'm saying? But this dude was getting all of his groceries, I mean, it's full shit.
Right.
But he had on like some $300 like phone posits and shit. We like, yo, like priorities, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, being in the projects, going to the projects, my man would have like 50 colorways with some kicks, leather couches and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Back when everybody had leather couches.
Right.
And I'm like, but wait, we here though. In this shit, that doesn't compute.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta hold on to more money. You gotta save a piece of your money. Like because it takes you at least, say, from 75 to maybe 80%. Yeah, maybe 65 to 80% of your money to actually live on. If you even, and that's just being slightly reckless.
Right.
Why do we have to spend every dollar? So people always complain about living check to check. You live check to check because you spend the entire check that you get, and you don't have to. You don't have to spend all of this shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You don't have to spend it all. Why do you have to spend it all? And we buy so much unnecessary things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, and I don't knock anybody for anything, but 9 cars, when you only got 2 feet, 2 hands and shit, you can only drive one at a time. Ridiculous amounts of jewelry for no reason. Like, you know, the rims, even the rims on the car. Like, I never bought a pair of rims in my life, bro.
They spinning, nigga. They spinning, nigga.
Hey, yo, bro, the crazy shit was the dude in the rim shop got so mad at me. I was coming to him for 2 or 3 years just to look at some rims. I could never buy them. Like, Fame knew how to buy rims, tough. I just never could pick the right rims for the caddy or whatever I was driving, right? I could never pick the right rims. Dude was literally mad at me. Motherfucker wouldn't even let me in the store no more, right? And then after a while, I thought about it. I said, yo, the crazy shit is my car is so comfortable with these factory rims on it, right? With these nice plush tires on the caddy, right? And the inside, I keep my shit extra clean. I always keep my shit clean. But if I bought the rims, I can't even see the fucking rims from inside the car. So who am I buying the rims for?
Make the where's the whom? We got the emoji, finger to the head, right? Dumb shit,
right?
Like,
right, and them shit's $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. Man, fuck that.
And you got to worry about them always getting stolen and shit, right?
Dude, I kept the factory so clean, nigga. And still to the day, the joints I'm driving now, I'd never buy no rims for them. I just, you know what I mean, keep my shit clean. But so, you know, basically I'm just saying, like, even these females and I don't want, please women, don't jump on me with these implants and injections. Like, you can't tell me you not really getting this injection for someone else. And we listen to females say over the years, I'm wearing this for myself. This is for me. I get this for me. You mean to tell me you went and paid $10,000 for somebody to stick some cement in your ass so you can walk around all day and literally you're going to turn around and look at your ass all day? Is that not for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? So it's all unnecessary shit, bro. And it's how black women too, because
Play-Doh booties.
Right. But they used to be like, black women used to be proud of what they had. Like, what the fuck? You trying to be like somebody else? Fuck out of here. But that's society, man. Society drive us into doing crazy shit, and we're not sharp enough to pull back from it and just do us. Later on in life, all that unnecessary money that you spent it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Like, damn, I could have had this. I should have had this. But you spent it unnecessarily. Right. Like, you at the bar buying bottles. You realize by the time you get 2 drinks in you, you're already where you need to be. Because the alcohol got to go through your bloodstream. Once it go through your bloodstream once, you're already there. If you hit another one, cool. That might cost you $40. Your dumb ass went in the club and spent $1,000 for the bottle, right? And you didn't even get enough of it because you got leeches around. Dumb motherfucker.
30 niggas with a tiny cup, right?
Like, yeah, niggas spitting on
claws right in the VIP. 30 niggas on a fucking bottle.
Right.
Some shit like this.
Right. It's ridiculous. But that's so people can see you have this bottle come.
The bottle.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's the show. And we have to learn some discrimination, man. I mean, like, that's the thing. The all this shit's gonna continue to come. To buy this, to do this, get this, buy me, do this. Like, we gotta be smart. Like, it's not, I don't need every fucking thing. I mean, a perfect example is like when I went to buy my first place and we got approved. The mortgage dude was like, congratulations, sir, you've been approved for $300,000. The house we wanted, because we lived in a cheap spot, the house we wanted was brand new. It was brand new condo. Right. 148. We were like, oh, well, we just need the 148. Right. He's like, the dude's head almost popped off. He was like, but sir, like, you're approved for 300. We're like, we don't need that shit. Right.
Why the fuck would
I? Right, like, why are you trying to push, you know what I'm saying? So it's that type of shit. But whereas other people, you know, they get in, they call house poor, they get in that shit just to impress, keep up with the Joneses or whatever, get a big ass house, can't afford it.
Exactly.
On the street.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Exactly, bro. We know it. We see it too much.
Right. Yo, the last time we talked, you were candid with me about, you told me, you were like, I was talking about, I don't know how we got on it, but we were just talking about like the newer generation, younger generation and stuff. And you were like, yo, I appreciate your honesty, but like, try not to hate on these cats too much because they could be doing something else. You know what I
That's right.
mean? And they're out here trying to do this and stuff like that. So I I want to rock with that vibe. The one issue I have, and maybe you could talk on it. The one issue I have is that at least some of the younger cats that I've bumped into, or the vibe that I've seen a lot, is fuck them old niggas, like off the rip. So even if we're saying, because here, bro, you gotta like teach them. Listen, there's a lot of young cats that rock on my page that like salute 18 to 22, and they know what's up. They do the knowledge and everything like that. But then there's cats that come all crazy. So like, what about that part? Because that's the part I have a problem with. The fuck these old niggas. They don't need to teach us. We don't need to learn shit from them.
Well, that don't have anything to do with hip hop. That's just period, right? And it's because think about it. When we were kids, like we had a great deal of respect for our parents, but still we didn't have as much respect as they had for their parents. So it's kind of fizzling out.
Ah,
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It don't have anything to do with the music. Um, my brother is he said to me one day, he said, so here's what's happened in hip hop, right? I'm talking about as far as the music with the respect. Like we had a lot of love and respect for the people that came before us,
facts.
right? And the reason why, this is my brother's words, the reason why we dominated, right, after them was because they didn't keep going. They kind of just fell back.
Okay.
Like
Yep.
the golden era of hip hop, like we didn't fall back. So there's still pockets in the world that I can go to that these guys would not even be accepted in. I remember being in Germany, on one side of Germany, and Wayne, and I like Lil Wayne myself, but Wayne had to, from what I understand, he had to cancel his dates for lack of sales, for lack of ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? But not M.O.P. You know what I'm saying? So we kept going. So, and these kids, like I said, it has nothing to do with hip hop, with saying, yo, fuck them old niggas, fuck them old niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I don't hear that. And when I do hear it, I'll try to have a conversation with them and help them understand why it shouldn't be fuck these old niggas that has done nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, me and you had this conversation. I have the same conversation with older dudes. Why it should not be fuck them young dudes that haven't done anything to you. You know what I mean? These dudes, yo, dude, like they could, like I said, the conversation we had, like they could literally be doing something else. Hip hop, bro, this music, this thing of ours. That's why that particular saying is so important to me. Like this shit actually got people off the street, you know, help people live in homes, $300,000 or more. You know what I'm saying? Put kids through college, all from the same caliber of dudes that we were when we were growing up, standing on the corner doing our ones and twos. You know what I mean? Like 50 is a known cat in Queens who did a lot of things out there, whatever. So he's got 3, 4 of the biggest shows on TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all
Right.
from hip hop, yo. Come on, Jay, same thing. He's talking to people in the NFL. He's running major companies and all of this shit. And he had been doing his ones and twos. That where he is right now is all from hip hop.
Of
Same with
course.
Dre. Same with most of the cats that's out there. So I love what's happening, and the young boys that's out there that's getting it. I love it, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of their music. I'm just a fan that our people winning. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm a fan of. So, and to all them little niggas that say fuck them old niggas, fuck you little niggas too.
Ah, that's what I wanted to hear.
No, but
This is the part I'm posting right here.
but but no,
Nah.
it's about it's about, for me it's just about our people winning, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think we'll get past that at some point, because at some point though, these young niggas now is gonna be the old niggas.
Yeah. No, that's facts. So then help me bridge the gap, man. Like, like I've seen on your page, it looks like you're working with some younger artists and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
some newer artists and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So, well, first of all, what are you doing to it seems like you're really trying to work with the youth. You've been talking about this for a
Yeah.
few years now. So like, what are you doing to really to bridge that gap right now?
Well, as far as music, and this is something I've been doing the whole time. I've always wanted to do because I like music. I don't just like M.O.P. You know what I'm saying? I like music. I just want the music to be good. I don't try to coach them. I just give them an explanation of why they should make music bigger and wider, right?
Right.
Because it's fans on on both sides. You want to capture everybody. You don't just want to capture the kid on the corner. And then they got to think. When I talk to them, I try to help them think bigger. Because remember, there's a ceiling in these neighborhoods, in these little pockets, in these little towns. There's a ceiling. And the ceiling is, if I do just as much as that person across town is doing, then I'm doing enough.
Mm.
Get past the ceiling. That's the key, to get past the ceiling. No, there's not going to be any record sales for no one. You know what I'm saying? You got to get past the ceiling. Don't just do what everyone else is doing. Don't just present yourself like everyone else is presenting themselves.
Right.
Do something different. You know what I'm saying? And really, so for me, with the kids that like I said, the young boys that I work with, yeah, they all want to do music, and I give them every bit of information that I have, everything. But for me, it's a little more different. Like, I want you to actually win, because this is not promised. You know what I'm saying? It's way too much competition out there for you to just do the best record that it could be the best record that you would ever make in your life. But that doesn't mean you're going to win from that record.
Mm-mm.
So you got to position yourself and present yourself a certain way so you can grab attention, so you can go off and do something else. Still do music if you want to, but that's not the biggest thing here. You know what I mean? Those, as my brother Dame called it, those culture vultures figured out a way to. We thought we had it in our hands. They figured out a way to get it back. So the
Right.
dude from Spotify has $3.7 billion in his own personal account. Right? He hasn't made a record. He hasn't wrote a record. He hasn't promoted a record. He hasn't did anything.
Nothing. He's a businessman, and
Right.
he you know, and listen, honestly, salute to him for that idea. I
Yeah.
mean, but it's a great idea. But like, you see what the numbers are. The numbers are terrible. I
Right.
mean, as far as that goes, and that's an
Right.
important thing that I've talked with a lot of cats about, is that the rap do not just depend on this rap shit to eat, man. That needs to be a platform, a springboard to a lot of other shit.
Right.
Because that's not yet very few people right now, as far as are eating off this rap shit, yo.
Right.
It's not set up that way for artists to eat.
No, and it's never been set up that way from the beginning of time. Like, the
Mm-mm.
music industry was designed so that the record companies can make the money and the artists can become the star.
Of course.
And then the public look at you, they realize you're human when you get out of position. And now you don't just you don't look amazing anymore. You look like the bottom of the bottom. So your stock goes down almost as almost a human being.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
what will it take for someone that was doing so well, that was a star and a celebrity, to go work somewhere? Like, you need the money, but you won't even go work to take care of your family because you're embarrassed. So
Right.
this industry, it's a lot in this industry, bro. Like, this shit'll put you on it'll have you on your knees, man, if you're not strong enough. Luckily for myself and Fame, like, we come from absolutely nothing. So to have something, but we're dudes that share, right? So even in our worst days, when it was like, yo, okay, from this is your shift from 12 to 6, and your shift is from 6 to whatever. This is the times that we got to go rob people so we can make sure we all eat. I'll cover the night, you cover the day, so we can make sure we good. You know what I'm saying? So so, and that's just kind of the people that we are. And we came from nothing. So when we actually got something, it didn't even mean anything. It didn't mean that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally bought about 7 cars before I bought my own car. because I felt like my people needed something, or I got people apartments and shit. And I'm not talking about it to be talking about it. I'm just saying, like, every $1,000,000 I've earned, I probably had about 200,000 of it because I had to give it to everybody else because that's my family and I need to take care of my people. And that's just kind of the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't worry about what people think about me or how people view me. Just don't view me as no pushover or somebody that you could just do anything to. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be bad for both of us. And you know, I keep moving. Like right now, I'm in the city right now. Like it's wolves out here. I'm out here by myself. I've been out here for a year and a half. Me and little Billy, we out here. You know what I'm saying? We just out here moving around, and we humble when we move around. You know what I'm saying? Same way I moved through Brooklyn, same thing I moved through Chicago or LA, and anytime I've been anywhere else, real humble, and people appreciate me for that. So, God forbid if I do have to go and work in Walmart or something, I'll be the employee of the month. You know what I mean? Because I'm not ashamed to take care of my people.
Right, and a
You know
lot
what
of
I mean?
artists. I mean, a lot of artists have had to do that, particularly during this COVID shit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, there's some artists that have been candid about it on their Instagram and
Yeah,
stuff. Like, yo, ain't nothing. Yo, fuck it. You got to feed your family, man. However you get it, and it's it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
that's
You
right.
know, do you have any words or any advice for your peers, older artists these days, as far as how to move in 2021, 2022 with this rap game, and as far as, and I'm just talking about, it seems like there's seems like there's a lot of cats that have really embraced technology and
Mm-hmm.
embraced, you know, social media, this, that, and the other, and then others that are like, you know, kind of holding on to the old way of marketing, promotion, and stuff like that. You got any advice there?
I think they gotta adapt, right? So and not just our not just my peers, but it's just people. Period. Like sometimes people just don't know how to adapt. You gotta adapt. You gotta figure out what you want to do. You gotta adapt to the new way of thinking, right? You know, come on, man. I don't know how many times I ain't with this. Why? Just tell me why. You expect to get something or get somewhere without adapting to the way things are? That's ridiculous. You got to do something. And perception, right? Perception. Like when I see my heroes, rather artists, you know, actors, or just you know people from the neighborhood that I always looked up to. Like I want to see you that same way. I don't need you to front. I just want to see you that same way. That gives me that perception of you, like this person is still amazing. And you know, because you know, people are so easy to brainwash. I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's the truth. People are
Right.
so easy to brainwash. So when you going to do something, make sure everything is lined up. Don't go out there looking crazy because that's how people are going to see you. Because people are
Yeah.
easy to brainwash. You know what I'm saying?
So easy.
Yeah, yeah.
So easy. Yo, yo, should we ever expect another full M.O.P. album? Ever in our lives?
Yo, you
I
know
mean,
what? You
I'm
my
leaving it
man.
wide open.
You my man, bro. We might put some records together and give them right to you. You just can't play them for the public. Now I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna say this with all respect to the music fan and the music lovers around the world and the M.O.P. fans, M.O.P. family we call them. We're not turning over no records, and we got a lot. Right, I just was on the phone with Fame today. He's going nuts over this beat that I think I forget who sent him the beat, but we'll be putting that together in the next couple of days. But we got a lot of records. But I'm not gonna release a record until I feel like the public deserve it. And when I say
Mm,
that, I'm not gonna be out here busting my ass. Like I've been out here 20. No, my son is gonna be 28, 29 years making records. And if I can't get, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the attention and I need people to receive these records like I expect them to receive them, or like they front on the internet. Yo, I'm the biggest fan on the planet. Yo, I love this. I love that. All right. So, and not just me, just any artist. When the artists put records out, you should support them properly. If you're not going to support an M.O.P. record, I ain't going to do it. And I'm going to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stand on it, bro. But we do have a slew of M.O.P. records unheard. Like, as of last week, we just did another 2 records. So, but me and Fame, we seeing eye to eye on this. Like, why are we putting out records? Why would we put out these M.O.P. records if the people are not doing their part? I'm doing my part. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my part. I'm nice, nigga. I can rap, nigga. But I'm going to do my part. So I need that dedication. If y'all want want us to put that dedication in, we need that dedication. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not worried about it. I got, like I said, bro, I went around the world 5 times. I got ridiculous records out. I got classics. So I'm good right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm good right there. You know what I'm saying? But we do got a slew of records in the cut, brand new records, not records from G-Unit era, Rockefeller era, or Loud era. We got brand new M.O.P. records that's disgusting.
I'm sure.
But I can't. I'm standing on my word, bro. If I can't get the dedication, I'm not giving it. You know what I'm saying?
Makes perfect sense because it's a different game, and there's a relationship between the artist and the fan, and it's different these days. I mean, people don't buy shit.
Right. Like and look, you want me to, as the artist that you're looking to, you want me to give it my all. So what can I get from you? Fair exchange ain't no robbery. If you gonna bullshit me, I'm gonna bullshit you. All right?
Billy Danze sharing, he got records done as of last week, M.O.P. joints that he's keeping on the shelf. But we're gonna talk. I'm gonna get them shit. I don't really give a fuck about anybody else. I'm gonna get them shits. We're gonna get ready to get on out of here. Before we do, just let you guys know upcoming shows. We got Elder Sensei this Saturday, Brother J next week, Craig G on the 8th. You got MJ is gonna be on the show, chopping it up with our big up MJ for setting this up. The Brownsville veteran DB alias Christ, Tajay, and then Casual, both from High Road coming up. So we got a Diesel January. We want to thank you, Billy Danze.
Thank
M.O.P.
you, brother.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, family.
Yeah, it's always good. Thanks to everybody joining in. So real quick, what's next personally for you?
I'm back in the studio on the 3rd. To create the next. Well, I've already started on the next project, but I'm going to be completing the next project within throughout the month of January, and I'll probably put it out February, March. So I'm just going, bro.
Word. That's what it's all about, man. Like showing, improving. We go live. We carrying the culture. Save the hip hop culture right after this. Thank you, man. We're gonna get this up. Get it on the YouTube. Brother. Tag you, and appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, bro. We'll get up.
All right, salute. Be good, everybody.
Salute.
Peace.